Imagine this for a second. What if the solution to America's biggest problems in 2026 isn't in Washington, Silicon Valley, or Wall Street, but thousands of miles away in Southeast Asia, in a country many people still underestimate, Malaysia? Sounds surprising, right? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might look at Malaysia very differently. America in 2026 is powerful, innovative, and influential, but it's also divided, stressed, and searching for balance. Political polarization is high, healthcare costs are overwhelming, trust in institutions is shaky, and everyday people feel left behind. Now here's the twist: Malaysia, a much smaller country, has quietly built systems that solve some of these exact problems, without loud slogans or global drama. So let me ask you something before we go further: can a developing nation really teach a superpower how to fix itself? Let's start with something very basic: diversity. America struggles with it. Malaysia lives it every single day. Malays, Chinese, Indians, indigenous groups, Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, different languages, foods, clothes, and traditions, all sharing the same streets, schools, and markets. It's not perfect, but Malaysia has normalized coexistence in a way that feels practical. People don't just talk about diversity, they eat it, celebrate it, and grow up inside it. Here's the surprising part. Instead of forcing one identity on everyone, Malaysia leans into shared values, respect, harmony, and community. Imagine if America focused less on fighting over differences and more on building everyday coexistence. Would social tension feel the same? Now pause for a second. Do you think unity comes from agreement, or from learning how to disagree peacefully? Let's talk about healthcare, because this is where the comparison really hits hard. In America, a hospital visit can feel like a financial nightmare. In Malaysia, healthcare is affordable, accessible, and efficient. Public hospitals offer quality care at a fraction of the cost, and private healthcare is still reasonable. Medical tourism exists for a reason. People fly to Malaysia for treatment and still spend less than they would at home. Here's the twist: Malaysia didn't achieve this by being the richest country. It did it by treating healthcare as a public responsibility, not a luxury product. Imagine what that mindset shift alone could do for America. And by the way, should staying alive really depend on how much money you have? Now let's shift gears to something people don't expect: governance. Malaysia doesn't pretend to be perfect, but it has shown something powerful: peaceful political transitions. Governments change, leaders come and go, and the country keeps moving. Institutions matter more than personalities. In a world where politics feels like a constant war, Malaysia offers a calmer lesson: stability doesn't mean silence, it means systems that survive disagreement. Think about that. What if politics wasn't about destroying the other side, but about protecting the country no matter who wins? Here's another angle people overlook: Malaysia's economy is balanced. It's not obsessed with one single sector. Manufacturing, technology, Islamic finance, agriculture, tourism, all play a role. This balance protects ordinary people when one sector slows down. In America, entire communities collapse when one industry fails. Malaysia's model spreads risk and opportunity more evenly. And let me ask you, does growth matter if only a few people feel it? Culturally, Malaysia also offers something deeply human. Family bonds are strong. Elders are respected. Community still matters. People sit together, eat together, break fast together, celebrate together. In America, loneliness is becoming a silent epidemic. Malaysia reminds us that progress doesn't mean disconnecting from each other. Here's the emotional twist: Malaysia didn't become modern by erasing its traditions. It carried them forward. Mosques stand next to skyscrapers. Traditional food thrives alongside global brands. Faith, culture, and technology coexist instead of competing. What if the future isn't about choosing between tradition and progress, but learning how to hold both? Education is another quiet strength. Malaysia invests in public universities, vocational training, and international partnerships. Students from across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East study there because education is high quality and affordable. Knowledge isn't treated like a privilege, it's treated like a national investment. Imagine if America focused less on student debt and more on student potential. Now, before someone misunderstands this isn't about saying Malaysia is better than America. It's not. America leads the world in innovation, research, entertainment, and technology. But here's the key idea: leadership doesn't mean you stop learning. The strongest nations are not the loudest, they're the ones humble enough to learn from others. So is Malaysia the model America needs in 2026? Maybe not a full copy. But pieces of it? Absolutely. Affordable healthcare. Practical multiculturalism. Balanced economic planning. Respect for community. Stability over chaos. These aren't Malaysian ideas or American ideas, they're human ideas. If even a few of these lessons were taken seriously, America wouldn't lose its identity. It might actually rediscover it. So here's my final question for you, and I really want you to think about this: if the world's most powerful country can learn from a quieter one, does that make it weaker or wiser? If this perspective made you think differently, you know what to do: share your thoughts, pass this conversation forward, and let's talk about what real leadership looks like in 2026.